Coach Greg. In today's video, I'm examining the top posts on subreddit. And the first one, the most popular, it says 10-month natural transformation. And at the bottom it says, minus 38 kg, 84 pounds was lost. Big ups to the cookbook. And so as you can see, this guy, he does have some stretch marks, gained a significant amount of body fat. I would say approaching 40% body fat. And remember, Brentley G in a previous video stated that he thought he was 45% body fat.
Turns out I'm only 45% body fat. You know, I thought I would be like one of those people that was like, more fat than person, you know?
So clearly, you can see a large difference between Brentley G and this man's physique. This man closer to 40, Brentley a lot closer to 60%. And so from the side, you can see this man, he carries the majority of his body fat in his waistline. This is visceral fat that's most likely associated with cardiovascular disease. When you have more fat in the legs, hips, thighs, as most women do, that is a lot safer. And if you compare the average life expectancy of a female compared to that of a male, you'll see it's approximately 5 years longer for a female. This, in fact, has a lot to do with where women store body fat. Because think of it, women on average carry about 9% more body fat than men do. But yet they live longer. And so it's not just how much body fat that you have, it's where exactly is the fat stored and what kind of fat do you have on your body. And so he states he's lost 84 pounds, big ups to the cookbook. And remember, this is only in 10 months. And so if you do the math, in 43 weeks, the guy's lost 84 pounds. It equates to 1.95 pounds a week. And to lose 2 pounds of body fat a week, you have to be in an approximate deficit of 1,000 calories a day. And so to do this in this amount of time, it is in fact impressive. Many people think, oh, you can lose 100 pounds in 3 months if you try hard enough. The reality is the slower you lose the weight, the better. I suggest no faster than 1% of your body fat a week. And so if you weigh 200 pounds, you can lose up to 2 pounds of fat a week. And so, are you ready? Let's examine the finished results. And what an incredible transformation. You cannot tell that this guy once weighed 84 pounds more than he does right now. And looking at the stomach, you can see a clearly visible six-pack, also has obliques. And what's even more impressive is I don't even see any loose skin. I don't see stretch marks. This looks absolutely phenomenal. And so it was so impressive that I actually doubted that this was in fact the same person. But if you really look at him in the before, you can see he's got really big quads. He has a lot of muscle. It's just covered by an unwanted layer of body fat. And so you did not see what was underneath. And so imagine training hard for 10 straight months while following a very healthy diet. And this is the kind of results you can get if you have elite level transformation genetics. Yeah, I'm going to call it that. Not everyone can transform their bodies as well as someone else. Some people have an easy time gaining body fat. They basically look at food and they gain weight. But at the same time, they have an easy time losing weight. Some people, they yo-yo diet year after year. They can gain 100 pounds and lose it just like that every single year. Other people, they seem to eat whatever they want. They don't gain any weight, but they also don't lose any weight. They basically just maintain and have a very hard time in changing their bodies. This man was clearly able to lose the weight and looks amazing afterwards. Before weight loss, the only exercise I was doing was lifting heavy weights. I weighed 118 kilograms and my deadlift 1 rep max was 200. And so the guy was actually quite strong. And so think of it, the guy was 260 pounds and was deadlifting 440. He enjoyed lifting very heavy weights. And so he did in fact have a lot of muscle. It was just buried underneath a layer of body fat. I decided there was no point lifting heavy when I was fat and weighed a lot. It's not impressive. I knew I needed to start cardio heavy sport where I would be very active and part of a club so that I could stick to it. And how often have I said that cardio is key? Remember, this guy was lifting weights. He was lifting heavy weights, but it wasn't translating into an aesthetic physique. Although I was extremely terrified, I decided to start boxing. Started classes twice a week and worked my way up to 5 classes per week. Took about 6 weeks before I was able to do this. And so think of it. He started with something realistic. 2 classes a week. Not 2 classes a day, not 2-day workouts, not trying to kill himself. The guy was being realistic, and over the course of 6 weeks, he progressive overloaded his cardio in order to get to 5 days a week. I completely stopped lifting weights until 2 to 3 months ago. And so he prioritized cardio. Rather than going to the gym and lifting weights, perhaps didn't have enough time. He said, I'm going to prioritize cardio. Cardio burns up more calories, and if you do it over and over again, you become a better butter burner. In comparison, how many calories do you really think you burn off lifting very heavy weights? Perhaps you go in and do a 1 rep max, 200 kilograms on a deadlift. Perhaps you burn off 3 calories. Even a slow walk is going to burn up more calories than any powerlifter I have ever met. For anyone who's fat and struggling to lose weight and reading this, please give boxing a go. Even if it's not you, it wasn't me, I was terrified, and it has completely changed my life. Perhaps I'm biased because I now love it, but I urge you to give it a go. Thanks everyone so much for the nice comments. You've all made my night. And so what a great result. This is fantastic. The guy tried something that he wasn't used to. He was scared. He was intimidated. For him, that was boxing. He now loves it, and he wants to share his passion for boxing to the rest of the world. In comparison, what do I promote? I promote cycling because I love cycling. But remember, the cardio that I want you to do is the cardio that you enjoy, that you can do for the rest of your life. And so whether it's boxing, cycling, running, swimming, whatever it is, whatever gets you active, get out there and move. Also, lots of people saying I can't be natty. Well, of course they are. Think of it. If no one ever says you're a fake natty, then did you really make any progress? In my opinion, that is the greatest compliment of all. I swear on my mother's life, I've never touched a PED. For the first couple months, I used MyFitnessPal to ensure I didn't eat too many calories. After a couple months, it became second nature as I learned roughly how many calories were in each food. Very straightforward, just lots of cardio. And so think of it. The guy learned about how many calories were in the foods he was eating. He tried to go on a lower calorie diet. He just simply ate in a deficit. That combined with doing cardio, and this was his results. Find a form of cardio that you cookbook love. Find a habit of eating that is sustainable for you. And fall in love with the process. Give boxing a go. My diet hasn't been very strict. I just added in more protein and more low-calorie dense foods, like vegetables to keep me full. I was eating around 2,500 calories per day the entire time, just training like hell. And so clearly the guy has followed Coach Greg. Think of it. What do I keep on preaching? To eat low-calorie dense foods, more fruits and vegetables, more fiber. Low-calorie meals for the big eater, as you can find in Cookbook 3.0, which is, in fact, available in both PDF and hard copy. You can get both. Click the link in the description, code Greg, 10% off. Remember, all of you who bought books in the past, you've been given a 50% off discount code to your email. And if you want to improve your cardio, you want to make it that much easier, perhaps you don't have a lot of energy, you go for a walk, you fatigue very easy, look no further than GO2 Max, the main ingredient NMN shown in double-blind, placebo-controlled human studies to actually work. Makes a huge difference. Not a little bit of difference. Most people notice it on the very first day. And how much have people improved? Well, in the walking test scores, the subjects improved by 50%. That means they walked 50% further in the walking test score than those on the placebo, as in those who were not taking the NMN. And so if you think it ain't worth it, are you kidding me? Is your health not paramount? Is it not the number one most important thing in your life? And so if you are in fact struggling, I do offer a free diet and training program close to 50 pages on my website. Remember, that is absolutely free. And of course, you can add GO2 Max to the cart and get 10% off by adding code Greg. Also, it's banned by the FDA, but it's not a drug. It's not banned by WADA. You just simply can't buy it on Amazon. But you can get it on my website right now. And so I want to congratulate Turducken81. I have no idea how these people choose their usernames, but this transformation, absolutely phenomenal. And even if you can only make half of this transformation, it's still well worth it. You don't have to be perfect. Just try to do better than you are. Can you do better today than you did yesterday and better tomorrow than you did today? Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Don't forget to watch one of the bloops and, of course, the cookbooks, the training books, the coaching plans by me and my team. The Circle Diet Book and the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. We've got it all. Head over to the website. Remember, code Greg, 10% off. And until next time, I am out.